What's going on? We back, Motor City Sports Talk. Talking about a hypothetical that we came up with. And let me chime in real quick and bring everybody up to date. Russell Wilson gave the Seattle Seahawks a deadline for a contract extension, which falls tomorrow from a few NFL insiders. You know, according to them, could be a lie, could be the truth, could be in between. They've made no progress on that. And it's been rumors going back a couple months ago on The Herd with Colin Hurd, former ESPN media personality, now with FS1, Fox Sports. He said that Sierra wants Russell Wilson to move to New York and play in New York for her career and everything what New York brings off the field. But appreciate everybody for checking back in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Won't miss another video. And apparently that deadline comes tomorrow. And let's say, you know, the Giants, you know, do trade for do draft Dwayne Haskins, or they find another quarterback, Josh Rosen, or whatever it may be. They're not 100% sure they can get a deal done, Russell Wilson. Or maybe they could. Come 15th, maybe they trade their number 6 overall pick to the Seahawks for Russell Wilson, and maybe the Seahawks, you know, try to move up, take Kyle Murray. Maybe they like another quarterback. Obviously, it never should have got to this, and I want to talk a little bit about this, about Russell Wilson. He should be able to get his money on demand, so they don't. I feel that they don't value him. They didn't value Richard Sherman. They didn't value Earl Thomas, and you know, we thought after they pretty much got rid of the Legion of Boom that it would be the Russell Wilson show. They haven't really provided Russell Wilson with the offensive linemen nor the weapons around him, but he upgrades everybody. I believe he's a top 5 quarterback going into from last year into this year. And I had to look about what he really had to work with. It wasn't that much, and he done a lot with the little. And other than that, with him, you know, people always credit that defense for winning the Super Bowl. But I asked, had Matt Flynn been the quarterback, would the Seahawks won the Super Bowl? And everybody know that's no. Wilson made a lot of plays. He showed people that he's a Pro Bowl caliber quarterback without Marshawn Lynch. And you know, should the Lions trade Matthew Stafford for Russell Wilson? Now, would this actually have to happen? Draft day or something like that? No. We could wait till the season, wait before camp. I believe the end of June, after a certain date in June, I want to say, Matthew Stafford cap hit is only $10 million. Now, I read that somewhere. I could be wrong. But yeah, after a certain day in June, I can't think the end of June or maybe the end of June, I think it is, his cap hit is less than $10 million. Okay, so they want to wait and just have an unofficial deal in place and wait till his cap hit go down. Well, so be it. But the cap hit right now is a monstrous $20 million cap hit or something like that. The Lions have about $29 million under the cap, or 27, 26, not depending on what they've done. They can create more cap space as well, going in there by cutting Christian Jones, by cutting Theo Reddick, Sam Martin, a few other guys, and get them an additional 10. So they can still have around 19, 18 million cap room if they were to take the $20 million cap hit. But all things being considered, and I asked this as a question, real question, would you, you know, if the cap hit was down to $10 million, you know, or $20 million, give me your opinion on both, would you trade Russell Wilson for Matthew Stafford? Let's say you had to give up a 3rd or 4th rounder next year for Matthew Stafford. Would you do it? Would you take on Russell Wilson for Matthew Stafford? Be 100% honest. I'm going to give my take on it. For $20 million cap hit, and they can create more cap space. And then you have to be assured that Russell Wilson wants to stay past, wants to re-up with you. Remember, all that has to be considered. Darrell Bevell used to be his offensive coordinator. I would have to delegate to him and ask him what he thought about Russell Wilson. You know, would Russell Wilson want to come here? Would he want to re-up here? Obviously, he wasn't happy in Seattle. Seattle was always up in the Northeast. It's a expensive city, beautiful city. Great seafood and stuff of that nature. You know, with Detroit being in there, would he want to come play here is the question. And in my opinion, he probably wouldn't want to come play here, to be honest. He probably does want to be in Atlanta, you know, if could be, which that won't happen. He probably want to play for the Giants. You know, he probably do want to go out there and play for another team in a big market. He'd probably love to go to Arizona, somewhere like that. But if they trying to move back east, so be it. You know, I would be all over Russell Wilson. His ability not to need the perfect offensive line in front of him. The offensive line of Seattle, they never invested into it. They always took a late round draft picks and put the 5-man in front of him. Russell Okung, old ass, is still over there blocking. He's never had that dynamic back since Marshawn Lynch run. Chris Carson, C.J. Prosise, Mike Davis, Rashad Penny didn't do well last week, but Chris Carson and Mike Davis done well last year. And Mike Davis is still a free agent as well, too. But, like I said, he's done a lot less with more. He done a lot more with a lot less. And I do rate him way higher than Matthew Stafford. I don't have Stafford in my top 10. Like I said, I think I have Stafford 14, 15, or 16 currently. And anytime you got an opportunity to get a top 5 to 7 quarterback, which I rate Wilson, especially if you give Wilson Galladay, you give him Jones, maybe Hockenson, and I think he'll make it do with that offensive line, even as he is right now. But he still would probably be running for his life, and he'll make Kerryon Johnson a better back as well, too. But remember, with Russell Wilson, it's more on improv than 3, 5 in the hitch, 7-step drops. It's more of improv. He can kill you from the pocket, but he extends plays. He makes the running game more dynamic. His mobile ability. I would love to have Russell Wilson on the Detroit Lions. At a point in time, I thought he was a bit overrated until I actually sat there and watched, like, damn, he really don't got no line, or damn, he really don't have that. And then you put that dynamic athlete on the turf. I think it's a beautiful thing. I think you upgrade to arguably having the best quarterback in the division, with Aaron Rodgers. I think that's debatable. I mean, you have a rivalry for years to come between Rodgers and Wilson. And I think that'll make Detroit Lions a contender for a serious threat nationally for them to be the NFC North and in the NFC. And, Wilson is already familiar with the offense. It'll be tweaks here and there. He had to pour some rapport with the receivers, with the running backs, handoffs, and stuff of that nature. But I think Kerryon Johnson, C.J. Anderson, Galladay, Jones, even Amendola might be a great guy for him in the middle. You add Hockenson to that, you instantly upgrade your offense. And then they can continue to build on their defense with Flowers and whoever they bring in another guy. But, if you say I could trade Matthew Stafford for Russell Wilson and I can go ahead and give up a mid-round pick or maybe straight up mid-round pick next year, I'm all for it, bro. I'm sorry, man. I'm not the biggest Stafford fan. It ain't that. I feel that he can't get it done, but he hasn't got it done. And everybody going to continue to say excuses why. Excuses are for losers. It's what I've known coming up in sports. And maybe a change of scenery would be good for Matthew Stafford to go tear it up somewhere else, or attempt to tear it up somewhere else in Seattle. And maybe for Russell Wilson, he could be the key we need to get over the hump. But I think the talent gap between the two is a gap. It's a nice little gap. I'm not saying it's monstrous. I think Stafford has the better arm, but I think Russell Wilson is the better football player, the better quarterback. I think Stafford is the better timing pattern quarterback, the better maybe a better pocket guy, but he can't read defenses, go through progressions like Wilson. Wilson is just, a smart quarterback, mobile quarterback, and I think that's what I take. People going to make rebuttals. People going to say I'm hating on Stafford again. I don't give a shit. I just tell the truth. I don't care my opinion for nobody. I easily take Russell Wilson over Matthew Stafford. That's not even a second thought. You know what I'm saying? I think Wilson can make us playoff contenders right away and get us that playoff win we want. But even adding him with that Chicago Bear defense, I think the Bears probably, nationally, and in a lot of people's opinion, may be the team to beat. But in my opinion, I'm not sure, because I expect Trubisky development to really be key and how far they go. Aaron Rodgers is healthy, but he stayed getting injured. And, I don't see a lot of upgrade with the coaching or defense over there yet. So I still put the Bears as a team to beat, but it's iffy. Because if Trubisky don't take that step forward like he's supposed to, they can easily go to first to third or last in this division. And the Lions right there, even with Matthew Stafford. But, hey, it's just my opinion. People may not like it. Y'all know I don't care. Cry 2 tears in the bucket. Fuck it. But y'all know you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, or video request. Continue to share the videos and let me know what you think in the comment section. But I understand if people iffy on that $20 million cap hit. You want to wait till June and go down to 10. I definitely agree that's a lot of money to give up. But appreciate it. Continue to share the videos. That's the best way to donate. Motor City Sports Talk, one time for the one time. We gone.